I don't have 50 million to bet with you, but I do have 3 million to bet with you. So this is your offer. $3 million.
JakePaul, the man, the myth, the so-called boxing prodigy. Known for calling out opponents and hyping fights, he built his reputation as an unstoppable force in the ring. But now, a storm is brewing. Andrew Tate, a 4-time kickboxing world champion, threw down the gauntlet with a $3 million offer. Yet Jake's response was deafening silence. Why would someone who claims to fight anyone, anywhere back down now? Fear? Strategy? Or is Jake's empire of hype finally cracking? Andrew Tate isn't just another fighter looking for clout. He's a 4-time kickboxing world champion, a man who has fought, bled, and dominated in combat sports. And when Tate called out Jake, he didn't mince words. He said, "You want to fight? You send the contract. I'll take a break from my retired life to teach you what it's like to face a real fighter. Any day, any place." But JakePaul, the king of loud trash talk, had no response. No counteroffer, just silence. The internet noticed. Fans started asking, is JakePaul ducking Andrew Tate? And instead of answering the challenge, JakePaul did something that left fans scratching their heads. He turned to Mike Tyson. Yes, the 57-year-old boxing legend who hasn't fought professionally in years. Let's get this straight. JakePaul, who prides himself on fighting the best, chose a retired icon instead of a fighter who's in his prime. Why? Because it's safer. Tyson is a big name, but he's far past his prime. Jake knew he could sell pay-per-views without risking his undefeated record. Joe Rogan, the voice of no-nonsense commentary, didn't hold back. On his podcast, he called out JakePaul's strategy for what it really is. He's fighting old, undersized guys. He's avoiding young, competitive opponents. JakePaul doesn't want a fight he can't control. Rogan's words cut through the noise, pointing out the cracks in Jake's carefully crafted narrative. The internet exploded. Fans called Jake a coward, a fraud. Social media lit up with criticism, and even Jake's most loyal supporters started to question his choices. Andrew Tate doubled down, calling Jake's career a scripted fantasy. He said, "Real fighters destroy hobbyists. JakePaul's entire career is built on avoiding real challenges." Tate wasn't just throwing insults. He was exposing the uncomfortable truth about Jake's empire. Let's step back for a moment. This isn't just about JakePaul dodging one fight. It's about the cracks in his entire career. For years, JakePaul has branded himself as a fearless competitor, but his actions tell a different story. Instead of taking on Andrew Tate, a real challenge, he's focused on preserving his image and his record. Fans are starting to see through the act. There's a difference between being a trained athlete and being a fighter. Fighters face challenges head-on. JakePaul, he's just playing the game. It's a hard truth and one that Jake's fans are now coming to terms with. So, what's next for JakePaul? Does he keep dodging real opponents and risk losing the respect of his fans? Or does he finally step up and face someone like Andrew Tate? One thing's for sure. The longer Jake avoids fighters like Tate, the more his reputation will crumble. His empire of hype is on shaky ground, and unless he changes course, it's only a matter of time before it collapses entirely. The clock is ticking, Jake. What's it going to be? Now it's your turn. What do you think? Is JakePaul playing it smart, or is he just scared of real competition? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and hit subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest stories in the fight world.